Next on HBO. This guy was born to be a politician until he gets caught in a very politically incorrect compromising position. James Spader and Piper Laurie in Storyville. Next on HBO.
The following movie is rated R.
child. Just a little bird shit. But it was only 2 weeks after I had the hook. Oh, here we go.
Hey, Craig, we got a party going on out here. A lot of good folks dropped buckets of money just to get a good look at you.
Yeah, no, I'm working on my speech.
Hell, all you gotta do, oh, boy. All you gotta do is just stand up there, breathe in the hopes and aspirations of the crowd, and then blast it back in their general direction. Isn't that right, Bud?
Yeah.
You're thinking about the speech? What's wrong with the speech? I mean, it works fine. It worked wonderfully 2 days ago at the hospital. I'm thinking about what I'd like to say.
Like, excuse me, will you fellas, I want caucus with my nephew. Yeah, quite sure. Fresh me up, will you, unstintingly?
I believe that the evil and failures of men are nothing, and that courage and striving are everything. My father used to tell me it is everyone's responsibility to help tame the savageness of man and to make better the life of this world. With your help, as your representative in Congress, I'd like very much to have that opportunity. Thank you.
Craig, you take after your old man in more ways than one. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Proud.
Lose a few of them out there today.
Oh, that was Oh, miss, you come over here and take a drink order, please. What do you have? Oh, a Pim's Cup. A Pim's Cup. Yeah.
Well, there.
Well, don't stare at a thirsty man, honey. Get him a Pim's Cup right quick now.
Thank you.
He's earned himself a drink. Oh, look at that, huh? You got yourself a set of brass ones. A girl like that could hear him clanking halfway to Baton Rouge. Now listen, don't let him get caught in your zipper.
You watch yourself.
Okay.
Crick, step into my office. Listen, Nathan LaFleur is upstairs. We didn't expect him, so play nicely, pay tribute. He can deliver votes that we need. Notice my deliberate emphasis on the word need.
Well, shit, Pete. What do you think I'm going to say something stupid?
No, you're not going to, are you?
Well, where's Natalie?
She called. They're running late.
Don't give me that look now.
This makes me very nervous.
Mr. LaFleur.
Fowler? Sorry, Mr. Speech.
Well, one's just about the same as another. Have a seat. Can I get you something to drink?
Coke. For a little ice, please.
You know, I saw you in court on the Charbonneau case. I'm a great admirer of yours.
Thank you. It's quite a house.
You've never been out before?
No.
Oh, a bootlegger built it during the Prohibition. My grandfather bought it after the war.
The Colonel bought a great number of things in St. Albans Parish after the war.
Well, my grandfather brought St. Albans into the 20th century. Electricity, running water, school system.
No question. He was a very important man. I can recall a speech he gave once in the state legislature advocating armed resistance to integration.
Are we here to talk about what our grandfathers did?
My grandfather was a sharecropper, for the record. Your father came to see me the week before he died.
I didn't know you knew each other.
We didn't. He asked me questions regarding the federal lawsuit being brought against your family. I did some consulting work for one of the plaintiffs.
Well, the case against my family was dropped before it ever came to trial.
Your father killed himself the day he was scheduled to testify.
Hunting accident.
During the last 50 years, your family's amassed one of the largest fortunes in the state. Most of St. Albans are still living below the poverty line. Now, your parish sits on top of the largest gas reserve in the region. Revenue from the lease of those reserves to oil companies is conservatively estimated at $75 million. Revenue which, by law, belongs to the people on the land.
You know, I've been hearing this kind of barbershop trash my whole life. Shrouded implications, unsubstantiated allegations. I just... What the hell does this have to do with supporting my candidacy? Have you met my opponent? Abner Hollister is ready to set minority causes back a generation. He's got a 20-point lead in the polls. You want to throw your weight his way, that's fine.
Taking what I say personally would be unfortunate.
No, that's all right. Next time we get together, maybe I can run your family's reputation into the dirt. Nice talking to you. Hey, Chappie! How you doing, Frank? Hey, how you doing, Fats?
Hey, Mr. Gray, how you doing? It's good to see you. I appreciate everything you did, you know, and everything.
I thought the taxpayers would rent you a room in the workhouse.
I only take the dude.
Don't ship me now.
I wouldn't. Where you both from?
No thanks.
No thanks, no thanks. Everybody's saying no thanks. That must be up north somewhere.
Look at that. When's the trial?
I go to court tomorrow. I got this public defender, and I ain't got much confidence in the dude, you know. Now, this innocent bystander. But, you know.
I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate everything you did. You know, you've been a nice fellow to me. It ain't nobody but you, Mr. Gray, really. Really and truly, you know. Yo, cut me up, brother. Step up here. Let me show you. Look at that lady with the snake. You ain't never seen nothing like that in your life.
You want something to drink? What's your name?
Lee.
Lee? Good southern name. You want to go someplace? Listen, Lee, my apartment's only a couple blocks. Okay.
You sit on your ass taking a break, and I got some cocksucker out in Phoenix, Arizona that owns a theater waiting for stand for a fist in your ass, and I can't even get Listen here, you better familiarize yourself with the fucking Napoleonic Code. I'm gonna take pictures. Come on in here, Brandy. I'm in it. Get your ass up. Get your ass off the chair.
What's this?
An Aikido studio. Take off your shoes.
Hey.
First lesson, always be prepared.
Jesus, girl, you got one wacky sense of humor. All right. Shit. All right. Hold on a second.
Fight back. Hit me.
I'm a lawyer, all right? I think you ought to know that.
There's no lesson if you don't fight back.
Yeah, well, I'm not in the habit of fighting with girls, all right? Listen, if this is your idea of foreplay.
Losing is inevitable. Be patient.
Lee?
Hey, Lieutenant.
Where you at?
I think we ought to do this. And let's get this thing close.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Gotta go.
How's it sound?
Bye.
I think we're stalling.
Frey?
Oh, hey, Natalie. I was just coming to see you.
What happened to you?
I'm a little sore today. I'm fine.
You look like you were hit by a bus.
Oh, that's wishful thinking. I want to ask you something. Come on, live with me.
Where?
Come on, I'm not asking for a date. Come on. Wait, slow down. So how's your life, man?
Spectacular.
Yeah? You seeing anybody?
Legions.
No. What are you doing for fun?
Cray, if you don't mind, can we just skip ahead to the part where you tell me what you want?
I need access to some sealed documents. The civil suit against my family, the Oxitec case.
That was federal. All I know is what I read in the paper, and that was 3 years ago.
All right, well, still a file's a file, right?
What do you want to know?
I'd like to know why my father killed himself.
Forgive me for saying, but you didn't seem so interested at the time.
Well, I was drunk at the time.
I suppose I could make some inquiries.
I appreciate it. Maybe we could have dinner sometime.
You just keep your mind on your work and stuff.
You look beautiful.
Two color, all right? Get the receipt properly, send it back.
Morning.
What'd you do, run into some rough trade?
Something in my office.
This goes out today. Question. Why are you doing this to me? Cray, I don't think you realize what a difficult job that we have here. I mean, it's hard enough. Trying to run a modern campaign with your uncle and his buddies, who last had an original idea during the Paleolithic era, on top of which they refuse to trust me because they think I'm a Yankee. I'm from Tampa, for Christ's sake. You got some shaving cream behind your ear.
Shit. Every morning we rip those down. Every night they put the goddamn things back up again.
My latest polls tell us we're still eating Hollister's dust. It looks like shit. You know that.
Thank you.
We asked for coffee? Well, for some good news. I understand how reptilian this makes me feel. I mean, I was at your wedding.
Oh.
Had enough hiring a private investigator to tail her around town. He comes back with these.
Somebody asking for coffee?
Oh, hey, Melanie. How you doing, sweetheart?
Fine. Hope I'm not interrupting you.
No. Same old stuff. Politics.
Sweetheart, I need to talk to you. Now, I've been thinking long and hard about this, and it hasn't been an easy decision. And I'd like to get your reaction.
Well, what is it?
Well, I've decided to go with the convertible.
Oh, the convertible.
In the Calypso red, with the anthracite interior, and an electric top. And also a phone.
Telephone.
Because I was thinking, what do I need a phone in my car for? But then I realized, hey, when you win the election, it's really going to come in handy.
Well, it makes sense to me, sweetheart.
Oh, goody.
Pete, we, have that thing.
Right, we're going to be late.
Yeah, sorry. Mel, we got a thing.
Okay.
All righty? We'll see you later on.
Anyway, honey, if it's okay, they only got one of these left down at the lot, and I was wondering if I could get a check, please, maybe.
Yeah, this afternoon.
Oh, that'd be great. Goody.
Okay.
Hon,
Yeah.
are you limping?
Yeah, no, I, pulled a muscle on the old massage table.
You bad boy. Now you be careful.
I like that color. That's,
Calypso red.
let's get out of here.
Kisses.
All righty. Let's go. Put it in there. Hit it. Hit it. We got off on the wrong foot here, and I'm sorry about the way I reacted. To tell you the truth, I'd be very surprised if you didn't have some questions about my family. Nathan, I need your endorsement. I don't think I can get elected without it. And I don't see how Abner Hollister is a viable alternative for you.
Maybe I'm not so sure you are either.
So fill me in.
You are a real hot shot, Fowler.
What'd you tell my father about those oil leases?
I told him to check the records office of the Mineral Rights Commission.
That looks hard.
That if we could just apply some technology to these records, we could be a lot more efficient in this department. They keep saying they're going to transfer these volumes to computer files. They can't even afford to immunize children against polio. You think this is a priority?
I'm interested in 1939, 1940, around that time.
Yes, mineral leases. Let's see. You know, I could drop dead in here. They wouldn't find me for a month. That's odd.
It's not here.
No 1939 or 40.
Someone check it out?
These are official government records. They don't get checked out.
Could it have been misplaced?
Not by me. But if they have, they may as well have fallen into the Bermuda Triangle.
Cray Fowler used to work in the public defender's office. Cray Fowler was very good at his job. Cray Fowler kept more of his clients out of jail than anyone else in the city, so they could go right back to doing what they were good at. Now Cray Fowler wants to go to Washington. Decent people need representation, too. The time is right. Hollister for Congress. It's our turn.
I guess he's not going for the black vote. On the bright side, your support among convicted felons is practically 100%.
Guy's a fucking pig.
A pig with a 20-point lead.
Is this it yet? How do we get this?
You know, we have a friend in this camp.
Oh, fuck Hollister. He's an accident waiting to happen. Lads, I'll lay you even money that the 10 o'clock news could find our boy in bed cross-eyed with a troop of circus midgets and a green monkey that's under indictment. And come election day, his margin of victory wouldn't dip any lower than tits on a giraffe.
Thank you for that, Cliff. Pudge, I'll meet you at the restaurant.
I almost forgot I got a gift for you. No, Pudge. No. Governor gave me this. When you snap that, all the niggas... Craig!
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, you're not late. You're just being timely. You know Abner Hollister.
Hey, don't ever.
Cray, I believe we met at the Endymion Ball
That's
2 or 3
right,
years
that's right.
ago.
Place was jumping
You know
on
Bennett
that.
Jones, my very able campaign manager?
You probably don't remember me.
No, I don't.
I haven't seen you since you were about this high.
And Lieutenant Michael Trevelyan, NOPD.
How you doing?
He's my man in charge of campaign security.
Well, yeah.
So, what do you say we move on to the logistics for the debate? But all you really got to do is just slap one of these on your car and come see me in Washington next November.
Cut the card, Al.
Opening statements. We were thinking 5 minutes per candidate, then questions.
Pudge?
Oh, thank you.
First time I've been out here since the accident. Didn't he say anything to you?
No. The Colonel used to bring us out. I've been coming out ever since she was a pup.
Gentlemen, the bar is open.
Ain't no fun no more.
Thinking about your old man? I don't know. Sometimes you can't know what's in a man's mind. It's the damnedest truth you'll ever run across. You can't know why a man does what he does.
Is there any reason why he would have been afraid to testify?
No reason. Ray was a good businessman. Tough. Played the game, but honest, fair.
The state had a case. What about the Colonel?
Yeah, Colonel did some work for Oxytec back in the 30s, brokered some leases for the oil rights, middleman stuff.
Suit claimed he stole them.
Stole them? Hell. Most folks thought he was worthless. Couldn't give them away fast enough. Now, you remember this. The Colonel grew up out here. 8 kids in a one-room shanty. Raised himself up out of the swamp with his own 2 hands. For us, for the family. He did it for us. And there are people that will hate you just for spite when you rise up in the world. When Ray took his life, I swore I'd try to be a good father to you. He was innocent, and they hounded him to the grave. And any man that tries to bring harm to this house will be made to pay. Now, you promised me you'll come to me if there's any trouble. You promised me that.
Hello, Mother.
Oh, Ray, what a nice surprise.
Everything A-okay with you, sugar?
Fine. Yeah.
Have you seen this thing before? That's yours, truly, during the weather report. Colonel owned the station there. We had that dreadful hurricane. People lost everything. Terrible, terrible tragedy. I had to stay on the air for 5 hours straight.
Mother, do you know when he died, did Dad have any papers, or did he have a place that he kept things he didn't want people to see?
They had special places.
Just come on up.
I need an ambulance.
No. No! My father made tapes of us.
What?
My father made tapes of us
What
together.
the fuck are you talking about? What? Your father made tapes of us? Did you know about this?
I came to warn you.
What's your father's name?
Zang.
Zhang?
Someone paid him.
Someone paid him? Who paid him?
I'm sorry.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
I have to leave the city.
You want to leave the city? Want some cash? Where are the tapes?
I have money
Where
at
the fuck are the
studio.
tapes?
I need my
At the studio?
passport.
The tapes at the studio?
Please. I can't go back there alone. He'll kill me.
Party now. You can't do it is now. Now you want to get tied up and whoop! Come on in here. Whoop on you. Handcuff your ass down here, baby. You're gonna scream like a goddamn duck pig. Ow!
Like my daughter? Fuck my daughter?
Hello?
How's my favorite candidate?
What? Cliff.
Something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. No.
I got a message you called earlier. What's up?
You know what time, do you happen to know what time the factory tour is tomorrow?
It's 11 o'clock, and then we go over to the nursing home.
Right. Oh, they're right. That's right.
You didn't forget, did you?
No, I got the itinerary. I'm sorry, I got a head like a screen door.
Sure you're all right? You sound a little off your feet.
No. No, I'm fine.
Sure.
I'm fine.
Okay, you get some rest now. Big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
The guy said, I know my wife can't wrestle, but you ought to see her box.
What the hell is that smell?
Pray. Good Christ, I wish I'd known.
Still taking those 3-hour lunches, Sam?
You know what's changed around here, don't you? Exactly nothing. Come on back.
Not the wallpaper, anyway. God, I forgot how bright it was in here.
And look at you. If I'd have known you was going to go so far, I'd have gone easier on you.
Well, that was the worst lawyer that ever worked for you, Sam.
Far from it. Problem was, being who you were, you had to work twice as hard so people wouldn't think you was standing still. Shit, I could have ordered you a sandwich. Here, you want that?
No. I just wanted to see it.
Not getting nostalgic. You ain't old enough.
Ask you about a case, Sam? Lee, my name is Craig Fowler. I'm your new lawyer. I'll be defending you in this case. You all right? They treating you well? You need anything? What have you told them?
Nothing.
Your other attorney? Anyone? Nothing at all?
Why are you doing this?
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I heard fighting. I saw him. I saw you. I thought you were dead.
Lee, I have the knife.
What knife?
You used a knife.
You think I killed him? I didn't touch him.
Maybe I can, maybe I can't. You just have to wait.
Thanks for letting me see this.
I have to call you back. Was it helpful? Or maybe you shouldn't tell me that.
I shouldn't tell you that. You got a homicide on your calendar.
Which one?
Vietnamese girl Lee Tron. Noticed you drew the case.
Mm-hmm.
Were you expecting a plea on that?
It's been the discussion.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm taking the case, and it's going to go to trial. I didn't want you to hear from somebody else. It isn't a personal thing. It just happens to be your case, that's all.
You haven't tried a criminal case in 3 years.
Got a lot of catching up to do.
You'll lose.
Maybe.
This isn't a game, Craig. I don't fuck around.
Nobody knows that better than me. See you later, Nat. Nathan, thanks for seeing me.
What can I do for you?
I went up to the mineral rights office, and I thought you might be interested in what I came up with. These names mean anything to you?
Any reason they should?
Those are the landowners in St. Albans Parish who made oil lease deals with Oxytec before the war.
They're probably friends of the colonel.
Well, I checked the social register, and I checked Oxytec's board of directors. Checked the phone book, voter directory. Nobody's ever heard of them. I thought you might be interested.
I might be.
Another thing, if you're agreeable, I'd like to engage your services to assist me in defending a murder case.
I'm expensive.
I know that.
Who's prosecuting?
Natalie Tate.
Tough.
Tell me about it. I used to live with her.
All right, so come on. What's the joke? This is a joke, right?
No joke.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, it's a hell of a time for a stunt like this. I can't believe this.
You shouldn't here, Pete. Hollister is killing us. Where do I pull the weakest demographically? You tell me.
Lower middle class, ethnic, blue collar.
So ask yourself, you know a better way of convincing those honest working folks I got their best interests at heart, the best tradition of enlightened aristocracy. There I am in court every day representing an ethnic female who's maybe falsely accused of murder. How much TV coverage time is that worth?
Lead story on the news every night, as long as the trial lasts.
Stroke is what it is. Stroke of genius.
Yeah. You set this up yourself?
Shocking, isn't it? Nathan LaFleur is co-defending. How about a Pim's Cup, Cliff?
Yeah.
Nathan LaFleur.
That's good. Keep hands over here. Okay, grab on that. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Stay in the middle of the chair there, baby. And pull up behind you. Put your hand up behind you. That's right, baby. Yeah. All right. That's the one. Sit back on the chair now, honey. Like that. Lean on the chair. That's it. Perfect. You got some feelers on your mama? I'll take them. Good. Remember one thing, I pay you by the hour. You got 5. Hey, what? What you doing in my office?
I'm Craig Fowler. I'm representing the trial. Mr. Choke, did I pronounce your name correctly?
Pronounce this fucker. Take a fucking hike.
I'm sorry, your door was open.
They closed on your way out. Fuck out of my studio, boy.
Name's Brandy.
I don't know this one. I ain't never seen her before.
Just walk around with it. It's 50 for anybody who helps you find her.
What I'm going to tell her is that's what I'm looking for.
No, make something up. Tell me you're in love.
Miss Gray, you don't mind me asking you, why you won't get something out of a track like this for?
That's a good question. I'll see you, baby.
Say, how about the quarter for the drive?
I just gave you 50.
Brother. That's right.
Anybody there?
Let myself in downstairs.
What do you want, man?
I just want a drink.
Jesus, that's spooky. She even looks like me.
She doesn't look a thing like you.
Join me? Thought you were going to replace that sofa.
No, you were going to replace that sofa.
What's it all about, Craig? It's not a campaign gimmick. You're not that cynical. Not yet.
It's not a campaign gimmick.
Tell me you're not doing it to impress me.
I think I know what it takes to impress you.
So what does that leave? A good deed? Either that, or you're sleeping with her. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
This isn't about us, Natalie.
I didn't think we were an us.
We're not.
Thanks for clearing that up. Oh, brother. This must be some kind of serious ethical violation.
If this kind of tactic was beneath you.
Beneath you. Never be a lady. Darling, I hope you're prepared to get your butt kicked up one side of court and down the other.
Tell you what, I'll lose you buy me dinner.
You already had your chance to bargain, pal.
Leave the key.
It's on the bar.
Friends of the Democratic Party,
Before we sit down to this fine meal, which our celebrity chef assure me costs just short of the $1,500 you all ponied up to pay the parking lot attendants, Ray's mother would like to lead us in giving thanks.
We ask your blessing for what we are about to receive. May we be truly thankful for your bounty and your glory. May we humbly seek your guidance, your wisdom to guide us on a path both straight and true, and your strength to quicken our step when our gait falters. Use us well, Lord. Let us be the instruments.
Amen.
Amen.
If I had a nickel for every one of these damn dinners I've had to endure, come to think of it, I do have a nickel for every one. Sometimes the worst part of politics is convincing them that you're part of the people. Serving is one thing, socializing is another. Looks like you've got more on your mind than the crushing weight of social obligation. You're worried about Hollister.
We should all worry about Hollister.
This is not patty cake. You're in the ring with a real bottom feeder. What else do you know about him?
I know he's on the board of directors at Oxitec.
And how is that of use to you?
The oil lease case? You suggesting that he's involved with that?
Oh, I'm suggesting you should ask yourself how is that of use to you. I'll tell you something else. Hollister had a command in Vietnam. Green Beret. He came back, there was a lot of loose talk around. Atrocities, the like.
Is it true?
That's not the point.
You're suggesting we use this?
I am suggesting you ask yourself, how badly do you want this? This is a decisive moment. Gray, you are standing before a door to an ancient fraternity. If you pass through and accept what this life has to offer, you will not regret the price you had to pay. Let me tell you what I see. I see 2 terms in Congress, maybe 3. And then you will walk into the office of the governor of this state and take your place. Your father's son. A Fowler. From a back bayou shanty to the seat of power in 2 generations. And that may only be the beginning.
Hey, sit down. You played your big hug, huh? Oh, my kids are such a mess. I wish you were my boy ever since you was a tadpole.
You know, all my life I've wondered what the hell it is you do exactly, Fudge.
I am your uncle's LAT specialist.
LAT specialist?
Yeah, that's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. See, what I do is by the sheer power of my personality, I Well, it just made people feel smarter, more important than they actually are. That you'll find is your basic bottom line political service. Watch it, watch it.
I was just thinking about you and Ryman and how he built the house with that hummingbird just before he died.
Constance.
Isn't it the most lovely party?
You know, folks think I'm an old gossip. I'm not a gossip. I'm just a old historian.
You know, you told me, Pudge, that somebody gave us a copy of that tape, Hollister's commercial. You said we had a friend in there, Cam.
It's the sense of the things.
Well, you know, I'd never say or do anything that would compromise the situation.
Yeah. You know the security guy, the cop, Trevelyan? Oh, please don't tell him, honey.
I have a secret.
I was just thinking about you and Ryman and how he built the house with that hummingbird just before he died.
St. Albans Baptist Church.
Reverend, I spoke to you on the phone. I'm Trey Fowler.
Yes, I know that. Maybe you'd be our next congressman.
Well, that would be my hope, sir. This is a fine-looking place.
Well, we have a small congregation. Not much money, but what there is, built this here. Not too often we get to see folks like you down this way.
Do you happen to recall... my father's name was Raymond. And this would have been a few years back now.
Yes. Raymond Fowler, yes. He came to see me. Wanted to know about some of my parishioners. Wanted to know if he could see them.
Were any of them the names listed here?
Yes, that's them. Sharecroppers. Sons and daughters of slaves. They were given small parcels of land when they were made free. These folks are second generation. They worked all their lives to pay it off.
What about this one? Sumter. C. Sumter?
you around here again, you motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. Fucker, go.
I slept with her once. She came to tell me her father had made a tape of us. He'd beaten her up. She wanted to leave town. I went to look for the tape. Father jumped me, knocked me out. When I came to, he was dead. She was gone. A few days ago, whoever hired Zhang sent me this copy of the tape.
Setting aside for the moment your shameless violation of every known ethical standard, you've also managed to drag me out over the abyss.
Don't tell me you're not getting what you want from this, Nathan. It's a little disingenuous.
And what would that be?
A congressman. You're a practical man, Nathan.
We need to find out whose fingerprints are on this knife.
Tell you what, I think it's connected to the oil leases. I don't know how yet, but I think somebody is trying to scare me off. Maybe Hollister.
Hollister?
He's on Oxytec's board of directors.
If he has a tape, why hasn't he used it?
I think he just did.
You said there's one name on that list that hasn't been buried in that cemetery.
Sumter. C. Sumter.
And at what time did you arrive for work that night?
I came on at 10.
Now, you have a good view of the entrance to the Happy Dragon building from your front window, am I right?
Yeah, real good. Primo.
Did you see the defendant enter or leave the building?
I didn't see her go in, but I seen her come out about 11:45.
And what was your impression of her?
My impression of her? Well, my impression of her was she was in a hurry because she was running.
Miss Johnson, you mind if I call you by your first name?
Demeter Joe.
Demeter Joe. Did you see anyone enter or leave the building after Lee had exited, but before the police officers arrived?
Yeah, I saw some guy leaving.
Can you describe him for me?
Oh, he was wearing a long coat. You know, like a raincoat?
Was he short or tall?
I guess he was kind of short.
Did you see or hear anything from upstairs? Any music?
Yeah, some kind of loud music from the porno joint. That was just before Lee came running out of there.
Mr. Choate, what did you hear at approximately 11:30 that night?
While I'm doing my books, it's hot. When it's hot, I like to keep my door open. I hear somebody coming up the stairs.
Just one person?
Yeah. Then I hear argument, yelling and such.
Could you identify the voices?
Uh-huh. Here's Lee and old man. They was talking goop.
Is that when you decided to call the police, Mr. Choate?
Yeah, I got to write some peace and quiet.
What happened then?
Well, I hear this crash and it's real quiet. I go up there to check it out. I see this girl, Lee. She's coming out of the other room.
She see you?
Yeah, she saw me. She took off like a bat out of hell. Now I start thinking maybe there's something kind of hinky going on around here.
Just an instinct.
Uh-huh. And I go downstairs and wait for the police. They come, we go upstairs to check it out, and that's when we find the old man. You know?
Thank you, Mr. Choate.
How you doing today, Mr. Choate?
Okay.
Good. Mr. Choate, on the night of the murder, when you went upstairs for the first time, did you notice anything about the door to the studio?
Yeah. It was open.
Did you notice that the glass door panel was broken? There was blood on it?
Yeah, I noticed that.
You've testified you were in your office from 9 o'clock on. You heard raised voices from upstairs. Why didn't you hear the sound of this door panel being broken?
I don't know. I had the music on.
That's right. Miss Johnson said she could hear it downstairs. You had it up pretty loud?
Loud, yeah. I like it loud.
But not so loud that you couldn't hear an argument from upstairs, huh?
I cut it off by then.
What time was that, Miss Cho?
11:30.
Miss Johnson said she didn't hear the music go off until about 11:45.
Well, I don't recall exactly when I cut it off.
Ah.
You play loud music often, Mr. Cho?
Well, I work.
You're a photographer? What kind of work do you specialize in? What kind of photos? Graduation pictures, baby portraits?
I do art studies. Nude art studies.
Art studies with models?
Well, they sure as hell ain't self-portraits.
So let me get this straight. You were alone doing your books, and presumably to help you concentrate, you listen to loud rock and roll, which you usually play when you're doing a photo session, but not so loud that you can't hear someone creeping up the stairs outside your door. Not so loud that you can't hear an argument upstairs and determine it's a Vietnamese, which you then call the police to complain about because you wanted some peace and quiet. Have I got that right?
Is there a law against playing music?
No, there isn't, Mr. Choate. There is a law against giving false testimony under oath.
Objection, harassing the witness.
Throw the question. Were you alone that night?
Yeah.
And who did Miss Johnson see coming out of the building that night? Short, wearing a raincoat? Doesn't sound like you, does it?
Thank you, Mr. Choate. You've been very helpful. No further questions. Court will recess for the day.
You better come with me. It's my cousin Thaddeus. Hey, thought you might feel a little safer if he drives. In exchange for the deeds of their property, the people on that list signed away their rights to the oil revenue. They didn't know what they were signing. Well, they got some money for it. Just enough to keep them quiet. That's how it worked. How you doing, Eddie Mae? He's back this way.
How you doing this evening?
How y'all doing?
I was waiting for you inside.
Sumter? Come on in.
Brought someone to talk to you. This is Cray Fowler.
How do you do, Mr. Sumter?
Pleased to meet you. Excuse my eyes, they ain't no good.
Charlie, do you know you're a very wealthy man?
Yes. I get money every month.
What money is that?
Well, comes in an envelope. $300 cash. Started out in September 1939.
What'd you do before you retired?
I was a hunting guide. I had to stop. My eyes went bad.
Do you know who sends you the money?
I don't know. Somebody took $300 and put it in your mailbox every month. What would you question them for?
Charlie, can you remember back when you first started to get the money? Someone came out to see you. He asked you to sign something, a piece of paper.
A young fella. He was white. Yeah, he said he was from the bank. I took him hunting once or twice.
Do you remember his name?
No, he never did say.
Did he tell you what you were signing?
He said it was the deeds of my property. And he also said, I own it now, free and clear.
Do you think you'd recognize him if you saw him today?
Mister, I can barely see my TV.
Thank you.
Thanks. You know, it's funny. A man came out here and asked those same questions 3 years ago.
What was his name?
I think it was Raymond. arraignment.
Prosecution calls Lieutenant Michael Trevelyan.
I hate you.
Detective Trevelyan, would you describe for us the events leading to the defendant's arrest?
Yes, ma'am. When I arrived on the scene, Mr. Choate showed me upstairs. At which time I looked through the door and I saw the victim's body. I ascertained the facts and issued an all-points bulletin for the defendant.
And did you request that the defendant be brought to the scene for questioning?
Yes, ma'am. She was apprehended at the train station and was brought there within the hour.
And what did the defendant say when you took her into the room where her father's body was lying?
She said, I'm responsible. She said this 3 times.
Not in response to any question. This was just something she volunteered.
Yes, ma'am. She said it 3 times.
You're a witness.
Detective Trevelyan, according to your precinct's ledger, you were off duty at the time Mr. Choate's complaint was registered.
I was driving my way home, and the radio on. Just so happened I picked up the call.
As a homicide detective, do you make a habit of answering routine disturbing the peace call?
No. No, but I happen to be in the vicinity. And I am a police officer on or off duty.
Your dispatcher didn't tell you that another unit was handling the call.
I did not talk to the dispatcher. I just took the call.
You familiar with the deceased?
No, I was not.
Had you ever been inside the Happy Dragon martial arts studio before that night?
No. I ain't never seen a happy dragon.
According to the police report I got here, no fingerprints were taken from the murder scene.
Wasn't called for.
Isn't that somewhat irregular in a murder investigation?
We had a suspect in custody, placed at the scene by witnesses, who spontaneously confessed to the crime.
Confessed? Did she say I killed him?
Said I'm responsible.
Did she say I killed him in so many words?
No, she did not say I killed him in so many ways.
To say she was responsible could be interpreted in many ways. Wouldn't you agree?
That was my conclusion.
The studio had been broken into. There was blood found on the door belonging to neither the victim nor the accused. Miss Johnson has testified she saw a man leave the building after the defendant, and yet you felt no need to further investigate because the person you could most conveniently arrest said, I'm responsible?
No. An investigation was initiated. Nothing conclusive was discovered.
Detective, someone else was up there that night, weren't they?
I saw no evidence of that. But you gotta realize that a crime of this nature amongst these people, not uncommon.
Which people would those be, Lieutenant?
The Vietnamese.
I understand you served in Vietnam. That must be the source of your cultural expertise. Marines, was that?
Green Beret.
Who's your commanding officer in Vietnam, Lieutenant?
Objection, not relevant.
Mr. Fowler,
Maybe, maybe not.
answer the question, please.
Yes, sir. Major Hollister.
Major Abner Hollister, seated in this courtroom today.
Yeah, you're right. You got that right.
No further questions.
Lieutenant, you may stand down. Court will recess until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, at which time the defense will present its case.
Hell of a job, Trey. Damned impressive.
When we pulled up to Hollister neck and neck, and that little hit you just gave me, that didn't hurt us none neither.
I checked his service records, and there's no mention of atrocities. Not of him.
Well, we won't even have to play that card.
No, we don't. You believe that cop?
Tough nut. In my book, you got the better of him.
That's right, you know him, don't you, Trevelyan?
Never met the man.
How are you, Clifford? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, we have a friend in this camp. You know, the security guard, cop, Trevelyan.
It's something y'all don't understand. You gotta give it up. See, don't be an asshole. Somebody liable to get hurt.
You threatening me, Lieutenant?
No, that's a fucking promise.
You've been up on charges 3 times. You gonna go for 4?
You know what your problem is? You don't know who your fucking friends are.
Nice work.
Oh, you like that? Tell you what I'm gonna do. When you grow up, I'm gonna get you one of these. I'm gonna tattoo this on your little ass personally.
That a promise?
Fuck your mama.
Where were you born, Lee?
Saigon, Vietnam,
How long have you lived in this country?
16 years. I'm an American citizen.
You lived with your father all this time?
Yes, my mother was killed in the war.
What did your father do when you were in Saigon?
He was a major in the South Vietnamese army.
Your father owned the Happy Dragon Martial Arts Studio, is that correct?
Yes,
You were employed there as an instructor?
yes.
Did your father ever use the studio for any other purpose?
Sometimes.
Would you tell us how?
My father would bring men to the studio. I'd have sex with them, and they'd pay my father.
Did you resist this in any way?
At first,
What happened when you resisted?
if I refused, he'd beat me.
When did this start?
6 years ago,
And how old were you then?
14.
In all the times that your father beat you, did you ever strike him back or offer resistance in any way?
No, never. I was afraid of him.
Lee, did you kill your father?
I wanted to. Many times. No. No, I didn't kill my
Your witness.
Lee, your father was killed between 11 and 12:30. Isn't it true that you entered the building where he died and was seen there during that time?
Yes.
Your father prostituted you. He beat you brutally when you refused to cooperate. Did he beat you on the night of the murder?
Yes.
Because you would no longer agree to prostitute yourself. Was that it?
Yes.
Now, you've told us here that you wanted to kill your father. Isn't it also true that you told Detective Trevelyan that you were responsible for your father's death?
Yes.
Well, if you didn't kill your father yourself, in what way were you responsible? Lee, he sold you to strangers when you were a child. He brutalized you. He humiliated you. Isn't it true that on that night, you simply could not tolerate his treatment of you any longer? Isn't it true that after all those years of violence and abuse, you simply raised your hand this one time to strike back against all the pain he'd caused you? Answer the question, Lee. Lee, answer the question.
May I approach you on it?
What the hell are you doing?
I just want to talk to the judge.
What the hell are you doing? I'm in the middle of a cross-examination.
In chambers. Somebody want to let me in on the joke?
I need a short recess to bring in a witness.
Bullshit. You don't want your client exposed to poisons. You don't put her on the stand.
Clinton, I gotta move on this or I'm gonna lose this witness.
Son, you better make good.
This is fucking outrageous.
Go to lunch, have a drink.
So I had to take the bus over there. Because my sister, when she's on her medication, they don't let her drive no more. And she's got my car. So I got my car. And my mama, well, she's not doing so well. So I had to stay and see her for a while. I'm not boring you, am I?
Oh, no.
They wanted to put her away. My mama wouldn't hear of it. They asked me they should have put her away some time ago. She used to go with this sailor. He don't even call no more.
Tom, I'd like you to meet two friends of mine.
How y'all doing?
Fine, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Good. Tom, we got a few questions we want to ask you. Can we go someplace?
Well, I'm afraid I don't have much time. I just came back to get my things from Mississippi. So I was telling Theodis I'm moving to California, but I've got a little time if you like.
Good.
California, he ought to fit right in there.
Miss, I'll remind you, you're still under oath.
Redirect, Your Honor?
Proceed.
Lee, when you first went to the studio that night, did you see anyone else in the building?
I saw Mr. Choate. His door was open.
Was he with anyone?
Yes, he was photographing someone, a woman with dark hair.
Do you see that person in the courtroom now?
Yes.
Would you point that person out to me, please?
The woman by the aisle in the front row.
Thank you.
You may stand down, miss.
Defense calls Mr. Thomas Plunkett to the stand.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name and occupation.
Thomas Plunkett, photographic model.
Mr. Plunkett, were you being photographed by Abe Choate in his studio on the night that Zhang was killed?
Yes, sir.
Tell us in your own words what happened.
Abe and me was working. We heard this crash upstairs. A minute later, Lee there, she comes running downstairs. Abe, Mr. Choate, comes back and tells me to wait inside, and then he went out in the hall and talked to somebody.
Who did you talk to in the hall? Did you see them? Was there someone in this courtroom?
A policeman sitting back there.
Record will reflect the witness identified Lieutenant Michael Trevelyan. Was this before or after Mr. Choate had called the police to report a disturbance of the peace?
Before. Policeman, he went upstairs, and Abe come back in, and that's when he called the police.
What did they do then?
Gave me $300 and told me to get out of town for a while. I got my butt back to Biloxi.
Mr. Plunkett, does this knife look familiar to you?
It looks like the one that belonged to Mr. Choate.
Did you see a knife that looked like that the night that Zhang was killed?
Yes, sir. I saw Mr. Choate give a knife that looked like that to the policeman just before he went upstairs.
You rotten, dirty little fairy fucking cocksucker!
Hollister's withdrawn from the race. Nothing solid connects him to what Trevelyan had going, but as they say, there's a mighty big turd in the punch bowl.
Come on now.
Oh, shit. There's my wife out there.
Oh, you want to see her?
No. Natalie been around?
No. Hollister never showed anybody the tape. If he doesn't have it, who does?
What had been anticipated as one of the most closely contested local congressional races in recent memory has come to a swift and stunning conclusion tonight. Based on our exit polls, with just 3% of the precincts reporting, we are projecting an overwhelming victory in the 8th Congressional District for Democrat Cray Fowler. With the recent withdrawal of Republican candidate Alma Hollister, Fowler wins election day virtually unopposed. Fowler polled 96% of the vote. Hollister, only 3%.
Yeah, congratulations. We better get downtown. Where's Craig?
I don't know.
Well, we'll get the car. Tell him we'll meet him out front. Come on, Craig.
Melanie.
Go to Washington.
Yeah, can I speak to you for a second?
Where's Craig?
I don't know. Come on in here for a
I have
second.
to go get my purse.
Well, all right, Renee, come on in with
We're
me.
going to be late.
It's okay.
All aspects of the prenuptial agreement will remain in effect. Alimony payments will continue at the higher figure listed here for a period of not less than 5 years, unless you remarry, at which point all payments will cease.
What should I do?
Sugar, I've seen the pictures. Take the deal.
Did we win?
Yes, we did. I was going through Dad's papers and I saved this for you.
What a fuss we had. My father said, girl, you haven't got half sense marrying that boy. We don't mix with Baptist trash, and I don't like his daddy. 12 votes that summer. Could have my choice to marry any which one.
What made you choose to marry my father?
Clifford was so sophisticated.
I didn't ask you about Clifford. I asked you about Raymond.
I spoke to Mother Superior at the Earthmines. I'd almost decided to take my vows that spring.
You were pregnant. Clifford.
Well, there he is. There's my boy. What a night. Lord, what a great night. Oh, so proud of you, Craig. You back here all by your lonesome? Working on your victory speech.
No, you were right. Better if you just speak from the heart.
Why, hell, Pray, you don't even look like you're drunk yet. Thank you much. You can leave us. Turns out we didn't need his support after all. Hope he didn't give away the farm.
I remember you tried to explain to me once why life was different here. You said the difference is down here, the past isn't dead. It isn't even past.
Oh, did I? Damn. You sure turn a phrase, can't it?
I thought about that for a long time.
I'll drink to that.
I want to speak openly and directly to you, and I trust you'll do the same.
Son, I hope we can always.
I want the tape. The tape was made for you, and I want you to give it to me.
You don't understand.
Don't bullshit me.
You hired a blackmailer to get a tape on me like I'm some bootlicking Ward Hill. I'm your goddamned family.
I wasn't going to use it like that.
You already used it. Go on, get it now.
Well, what happened, see, things got out of hand. The Chinaman got too big for his britches and he turned on us. Became a danger to you.
So you had him killed.
You had to turn around and defend that girl. I mean, how could I know you were going to do a thing like that?
A man was killed.
You think I'm going to stand by and let some piece of garbage ruin your life? I was trying to protect you. That cop was going to walk you out of there that night. No one would have known. You'd have been taken care of and you had to run off. Ray, I know this sounds crazy, but the way you handled it, the way it turned out for you, it's almost the best thing that could have happened to you. I'd give up my life. Before. Yeah. This is good. This is good for us. Just have to deal with this. Put it all behind us.
I have an appointment tomorrow with the state attorney. I'm going to ask him to reopen the investigation into the mineral rights in St. Albans Parish. The investigation that my father was cooperating with. And when they conclude, and they will, that there has been a clandestine and to defraud the people of this parish, our family will make reparations down to the last nickel. The investigation will proceed with the full cooperation of every member of this family.
Pops isn't dead.